Hey guys, my name is Ryan, aka the Boozy Broker, and I'm the CEO of Happiest Hours. Happiest Hours is a platform where mobile bartending companies can manage their businesses and automate their booking processes. Now, I started my own bartending company using this software, generating over $500,000. Now we have 9 really cool bartending companies using our same software to grow their companies, and you could be the next. Today, we're going to talk about some tips that you can do during the slow months of the mobile bartending industry. Right now, I'm recording this video around the last week of December, and we are approaching probably the slowest month of the year, January. All right, let's jump into it. So, I got 6 tips that I can give out. The first one is that this is a good time to work on your business versus in your business. Now, obviously, working in your business is actually doing the events. If you have an event, do it, right? Make that money. So if you don't have events, great time to work on your business. It's more about being strategic. One great way of doing this is working on your pitch deck. The second tip is you got to show appreciation to your existing clients. This is a great time to contact all of your existing clients and thank them. This is super important. Your clients are your lifeline. A little appreciation goes a long way. Over here at Happiest Hours, we're going to give out one of these thank you gift bags with a mini vodka, mini tequila, some mixers, and a nice wine seltzer. And we're going to give them to all of the people that booked any of the bartending companies on the platform. It'll be a joint thank you gift between us and that bartending company. What's probably more important is actually collecting your client's information. If you have your client's info all over the place, buried in text messages, emails, DMs, or you don't even have it at all, it's going to be very difficult to contact them. See, if you're on the Happy Stars platform, you'll have access to what they were celebrating and the cocktails you made for them that day. But could you imagine a thank you note that incorporated the following? Hey, Sarah, thanks a ton for booking X, Y, and Z bartending company for your birthday last June. Your family was super cool and welcoming, and they truly enjoyed the peach spritz so much that we almost ran out of vodka. Haha. Hope you had an amazing 2024 and looking forward to 2025. Now, if I was Sarah, I'd be pretty impressed. You can also add like a discount for them if you wanted to in this thank you note, or you can give them a discount if they refer you to other people to book you. Anything to get creative here. Third tip, go on offense. What do I mean by that? The great thing about our business, it's that it's heavily word of mouth based. There's high intent with word of mouth, and it doesn't cost us anything. The moment we show up to an event, we have an opportunity to sell our services to anyone that is at your event. So imagine if your event has 100 guests that are drinking, you have 100 potential different customers in one moment in time. It really comes down to your product at that point, i.e., your cocktail, service, ease of doing business. You always have to think about ways to improve your product, which we'll talk about in our next step. But our business is about being top of mind because people are forgetful or they want to do something but need a little motivation. So this is where you can go on offense. You got to hit up and build relationships with venue owners, event planners, wedding coordinators, or even chefs to make them aware of your business and emphasize how your service will make their lives easier. Now, these folks that I mentioned have access to multiple events, so it's worth spending your time with them. Just because it's January doesn't mean they won't have events in April, May, or June. Take the deposit now to bring in the revenue now and lock in those events. You can get real creative here on how you want to incentivize these people to book now. Fourth tip that we'll talk about is improving your product. Your product is probably the most important thing out of all of these. If you don't have a good product, no one will ever come back. Like I mentioned, our business is normally heavy word of mouth based. The only way you get that word of mouth, though, is by having a really good product that people talk about. If there's one thing to take away from this video is to use your time to improve your product, and everyone can improve their product. In our world, our product is multiple things: your cocktails, your service, your image, i.e., portable bar, aprons, attire, your booking process, your people. This one is huge. You may need to upgrade or replace people, as bad as that sounds. Obviously, if you're having issues with people being late, talking to customers in a rude way, acting like they don't want to be there, You need to do what you need to do as a business owner to improve your business. If you know these things are happening and you still allow it to carry on, that's 100% on you. Now, I understand the fear of losing someone, therefore, you don't have that extra person to handle events. But trust me, cutting that bad apple so you can grow will always be the best way. The difficult part can be is when you have people that are doing just fine. I call these C plus players. They definitely do the job. They're reliable. You don't have to worry about them handling it. And to be honest, we all need C plus players, but you just don't want to have too many of them. You need A plus players. One way to figure out the different type of players you may have on your team is how people are hearing about your company from a word of mouth standpoint. If you are constantly hearing from your customers that they had an amazing time with Johnny, then he is your A plus player. The C plus player doesn't really get any feedback. Sometimes no news is good news, but when people come out of their way to tell you how good someone was, you got your A plus player. Let's also go to the aesthetics. The look of your setup is big as well. When we were doing events, we had these really cool portable bars. They were more like backyard boogie bars, but they didn't fit all situations when it came to events. And I always knew this. I just didn't pull the trigger because I didn't want to spend the money at the time. And when I just felt like, it still works, like it's all good. But you just have to do what you got to do to make sure that it fits the vibe. We finally invested in Ultimate Bars and it made a huge difference. You have to think about it like this. One, you have to invest in your company to grow. Just as simple as that. Two, let's go back to the scenario where there are 100 drinking guests at an event. If your setup is appealing to people, you will increase your chances of people wanting to create that scenario for their event. They envision situations before they buy. So if Diane is showing up to her best friend's party that you're bartending, and she has a corporate party coming up in 6 months, the looks of your setup may trigger her to remember that corporate party and get your contact information. Step number 5, content. Make more, update, just do more. Going back to it, our business is about being top of mind. And one way to do this is to be on top of mind on the tool that everybody is using every day, their phones. When you post content, there's a chance that someone views it at the right time and they want to book your service. You can do all sorts of stuff. Make cocktail videos. Try new cocktails for the menu. You just got to be more creative. And if you're not that creative, like me, find someone on your team that is. Some of it will work, some of it won't, but just keep going. The last step is take care of yourself. Now, this one is important to me as of late because I'm focusing on this a lot. We are in an industry where there's a lot of drinking and a lot of late nights. More than likely, you have another job that you're working as well. The first thing we do when we wake up in the morning is give to others. You give to your day job. You give to your kids. You give to your mobile bartending clients. You have to take care of yourself in order to give the best to others. Your health is important. This is a good time to do your checkups. All of those things you probably pushed off during the year, knock it out in January. So there you have it. 6 steps on things you can do during the slow months to set yourself up for success and separate yourself. If this feels like a bunch of extra work, newsflash, Jack, it is. You have to think, what are other mobile bartending companies? What are they doing, right? That should motivate you to jump on it so you can start and separate yourself from the crowd. If there's anything that struck a chord with you, or if you want to hear about anything else, please give me a comment and of course subscribe to hear more info about the mobile bartending industry. Boozy Broker out.